can't see if it's recording or not. Because I've got it turned up. Okay, we're going with it. Just like having my old camera back. Hey everybody. I thought since I had been out today, went and worked a little, and you know, I was wearing a bra, I thought it might be a good day to make a face video. That don't look too bad. Okay, what I've been up to. I got some stuff from Dollar Tree here on my desk. I went to Dollar Tree after work. And I wanted to show you what I got and what I plan on doing with it. But first, I'm going to show you what I made. I actually did a video of this the other day, and it turned out sideways, even though it said it was filming right. So this one could be filming sideways, and I'll be really pissed if it is, because I'm not doing this again. I made another one of these. I don't know if y'all remember my spell book that I have. It's large like this, but I have it decorated on the front. But this is one that I made for, I think I told y'all that, consignment to one of the places in town. But anyway, the cover's kind of flexible. See, look, that's what it looks like up close, kind of. And I put some, it's Inca Gold and copper. And I sewed the signatures in, and I did a really good job. Look how straight and even the lines are. I don't know if you can see how straight and even they are. And the holes were perfect, and I amazed myself. And there's 5 signatures with 8 pages, and like I did them last time, I had to glue the pages together. That's the glue line right there. I can't see what let me see. Let me see if I can, yeah, there's the glue line right there. And I just use regular white glue, glue the pages together. It does reinforce it, but it takes a lot of extra time. And let's see, is there front and back? There's, yeah, this is what I'm calling the front. But, you know, oh, it's got that sound. Got the sound. And I think, I forget the front and back. What did I say? 5/8 is 40. There's 2 of each one. 80. 160 surfaces to write on. And I did use black embroidery thread to sew in the signatures. And the embroidery thread was a pack of that craft, what is it? Crafter Square from Dollar Tree, and they had the black in it. And so it was really thick. Had to make the holes really big. And this is a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, where the one that I made for myself was a 7. But this one, I don't even know what to charge for it. I already had this paper tea-dyed, and I tea-dyed paper for 2 hours. Not 2 hours, 2 days. Saturday and yesterday, and about 2.5 hours each time. You know, and I dry my pages in the oven. So it takes a lot of time to do a lot of pages. Doesn't take a lot of time. The oven is a quick way to do it. I don't know these people that tell you, oh, to do my now I'm being bitchy about it. To do my tea-dyed papers. Now I've seen the ones that really are hardcore about it. They dip and they bake, you know, because it's a faster way to do it. But the ones that say, oh, I take a paintbrush and I paint the tea water onto the page, and then I lay it on a sheet on a table to dry. Okay, I am really thrilled that you all have that kind of time and that kind of space. I don't have that kind of time and that kind of space. So mine go in the oven, and then I iron them. I have a bunch of them yet that I have not ironed, but they still retain the crunchiness. But I need a price. I need to, how much this is. Yeah, I call this naked because it has no decorations, no pockets, no nothing. Mine, I used the torn pages. You know, I tore some pages and made them look kind of, you know, wrecked. But I don't know what to charge for that. Okay, that was that one. And then I have a cover going. This cover is so cool, y'all. Look at the cover. I'm gonna get behind. Now, of course, I got a cat. Has to go to the bathroom. But look at the cover. Look at. I sewed it together. What I did was I took book pages, I ripped them apart, and I sewed them back together in different order. And what I didn't do, well, I lined it with tea-dyed paper. What I didn't do is I should have put my spine in first with my pages sewn in, so I wouldn't have to poke through the cover. I could still do it and redo it because this is just glued down. The stitching is faux, but it'd be a lot of work, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and poke the holes. It'll probably be a 3-signature book, but I thought that was so cool. It turned out so good. And this is, well, the big one was a cereal box. This one was a stuffing box, maybe? Yeah, like, yeah, instant stuffing. Anyway, got that. Okay, some Dollar Tree things. I found a sheet of pearls over in the floral. It's in floral. See Floral and Garden? Adhesive pearl wrap. What are you wrapping in floral? Don't know. But I thought you could put this like this on a spine and then paint it. Yeah, you can use acrylic paint because you seal it up with like this stuff or a matte medium or something, or just some watered down white glue. I stick it on a spine, baby. It's not big enough for this one, but I could make one that was like this short. Okay, I got that. Spray bottles, because I looked for them for hand sanitizer, you know, in 2020. Couldn't find them, and Dollar Tree's got them in. I got this decorative mesh, and I thought, I wonder what that would be like. This has got like a shiny thing going on with it. I wonder what that would look like on a cover to a book, and then paint over it. Because I did the one cover that had the, I'll get it in a second, cheesecloth. The cheesecloth cover. I'm thinking, I wonder if you could just like glue that down and get the same effect. And then, how neat was this? I had not seen these at my Dollar Tree. And they were still putting up Halloween, and I told the girl that she's worked there like since they opened. I said, kind of late, isn't it? And she said, yeah, we're just now getting in. She said, we're getting it in. We have to put it up. She said, just in time to pack it all back up again. She wasn't happy camper. But this is felt, and it's a very thin felt. And I thought, I wonder if I could cover a book with this. Maybe sew it, you know, to give it a little more stability. Because felt, if you pull on it hard enough, it comes apart. Of course, it'll be glued down, which will stabilize it. But I'm thinking, what if I like sewed it? Anyway, I got two of those. It's what are they? 11 3/4 by 48 inches. I got some more creepy cloth, which I do not need. I've got tons of creepy cloth around here. Okay, this is paper tape. Now, I do have athletic tape that I have used for my book covers, but this is paper tape, and I'll show you how I use it. If you want to hang on just a second, I have a cover drying. Again, cereal box. But the paper tape I cut the spines off the cereal boxes, and then I tape it back together, but I leave that little gap. I leave that gap in there. So it'll bend, and it helps it from cracking. Helps keep it from cracking if you use the tape. Some people use cloth strips, and some people don't use anything at all. But I found out that if you're going to wrap, especially with paper, if you're wrapping with paper, it really helps if you separate these covers. I've seen some very popular creators on YouTube where they just use it like this, and it's going to crack because it's too tight. You start getting multiple layers in here. Let's see. I'm sorry. Should have shown this side. You start getting multiple layers of paper in here, or just one layer of thick paper, and especially up here where you're going to overlap on your when you wrap your cover, and you're going to have a thickness up in here on the bottom, and then you put another paper layer, and that starts to get thick. So it's better if you have some degree of separation right there to give it a chance to actually bend instead of crack. But that's what I use the paper tape for. And I just use the adhesive that's on the paper tape. You'd be surprised how sticky it actually is. And hang on a second, I should just left the camera. But anyway, this was the package of the embroidery floss, and that I had that was Crafter Square, and I just used the black out of that. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the rest of it. I don't use those colors. So that was the paper tape. And then I use a lot of black paint, so I was going to give this a try. Believe it or not, sometimes Apple Barrel is kind of watery, and which is what I used on that cover. Paint the covers of the cereal boxes where it's got all that bright print, or sometimes the colors will actually come through. I had that happen on my journal. The colors of because I usually put the colors to the inside, because I know that a lot of it's going to be double paper and the inside is going to be more decorated than the outside sometimes. So I'm painting in black. That was just, I just got that not too long ago. So I'm going to try this. It's tempera paint, finger paint, water-based paint. Acrylic is water-based paint, so it can't be that far off. Okay. I got me some more imitation vanilla extract. I put this in my coffee or tea water that I dye my paper with to make it smell like vanilla and not coffee or tea. So tea, if you have if you're using a tea that's a flavor, it might have a better smell to it, but just tea paper is like, I remember having to spray some of my earlier papers with some perfume or something because they smelled. So anyway, got some imitation vanilla. I do have real vanilla when I bake. Craft sticks, I have some of these somewhere. I really do. But I'm going to use this whenever, I'm going to try to use my Fabri-Tac on some of these covers to put the paper on, and I want to smear it out. So something I can throw away, because Fabri-Tac does not come off of anything wood. It's just going to stick there. Okay, couple of rolls of masking tape, because there's only 50 yards on each roll. I'm going to get some sticks out of my yard. I'm going to get at least one stick out of my yard from my trees and see what I can make a wand, because I made my first wand with this. I couldn't find any wire, so maybe just make a wood, take a stick, wrap this, paint it, make a wand. They had these Halloween trees. They only had one black one, so I had to have that. Lots of paper towels. I've been going through paper towels, so I bought a couple more rolls of paper towels. I like their paper towels. A couple of books that I wanted to read from Dollar Tree, you know. This one, and I like the cover. It was small. I said, well, when I'm done with it, it'll make a nice cover. And then this one was a paperback, but it's short stories by some really popular authors, like Orson Scott Card and the guy that wrote Dune. You know, I thought short stories of science fiction. Okay, that's it. I hope the darn thing recorded right. I think that's it. I really do. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on what I'm doing. Alright. I will talk to you later. Gotta get up and turn this off. Bye. Thanks for watching.